to the west side pride. We the heart of the 419, won't hide. See the sparks from the glass, shine in the street. Hear the boots in the mud, feel the bass in the beat. Catch a fish, say a prayer, let the river remind. It's the soul of Toledo, keep the step in time. Step in time.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on 419 The Grind.
Good morning, Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to the 419 Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your host, your boy, Sean Juan, in the house. In the studio with me is the lovely, beautiful Dr. Liddell.
Good morning, Toledo. Wake up.
You had to think for a minute when I said the lovely, beautiful. You like,
is that me?
Is that me? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Ladies and gentlemen, also.
That's you, Liddell.
That's you. That's you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with the Rise and Grind morning show, the producer of it, also Project 360, and the producer of Check-In theme song, Check-In podcast theme song, Jesse Coleman, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Detroit. Oh.
Well, we need
He's
to
still sleeping.
look. No.
I'm talking to Detroit.
Speak that thing.
Yeah.
Speak that
Come
thing.
on, 313.
Right. Come on.
Right.
Let's see what we can.
Let's go Globo.
Let's go Globo.
Yeah.
Right.
Globo.
Right.
Come on, Memphis. I don't know the area code down there.
Man.
214.
That's 901.
You
remember I used to live
Liddell.
there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just got rid of that number, 901.
Oh, okay. That was the number that was calling in on.
So.
That was Liddell.
Yeah, that was Liddell, 901. Man. Right. Louisville's 502. So, yeah, we don't forget.
Orlando's 407.
All right. 323 LA. 213 LA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, shout out to Vertus Cheers for his world premiere No Love movie. Sunday, February 15th. Red carpet begins at 6 p.m. Show begins at 8. Movie starts at 8:30 p.m. at the Maumee Theater, 601 Conant Street, Maumee, Ohio. To buy, purchase tickets, ladies and gentlemen, 419-897-8902. Support. Toledo's own 419 Rise and Grind Morning Show will be on the red carpet.
We will be there.
We will be there. We are excited.
Yes.
To be a part of it. Come see us.
The show too. The show too.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, Donetta Carter, the Social Butterfly, is having her 15th annual Business Health Expo Saturday, April 4th, 2026 from 10 a to 3 p. Man, give her a shout, 419-367-9765. Get involved, ladies and gentlemen. Get involved. Dr. Liddell, you have something coming up as well. Tell the people about that.
Yes, I have the Unfinished Girl Conference and Wellness Retreat coming in May 14th through the 16th. This is an opportunity not just for women, but for men. You know, we often push the spiritual side of things, but the wellness side is also important to our whole being. And so this is an opportunity to just let go, but be filled. Allow our cups to be filled and restored. And we're going to end it off with a sneaker ball.
Man, that's what's up. So,
sneaker
ball.
All right.
So this is what I want to do, men. I want to support 5 men. I want to pay for 5 men for us to go to this event. Because I think we as men, we got to really focus in on our mental. And because this is our self-care week, we got to look at things that's going to help us down the road here to help us be better and clear our mental. So I am willing to donate for 5 men to go to this event with me so we can woosah. So we can woosah.
Thank you, sir.
So we can woosah. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the house. This is going to be a real conversation that's getting ready to happen.
Yes.
And I need for y'all to listen because this is serious. And, man, y'all about to be like, what? Yeah, it's about to be deep, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the Tyrone McCain in the house. What's going on, famo?
Good morning.
What's good with you, man?
I am great, man. Thank y'all for having me today.
Man, we appreciate you being here, bro.
Oh, please, man. I appreciate y'all having me here.
Man, so let's talk about it, man. You know about insurance.
Yeah, I know a little bit about a little bit.
A little bit.
I've been doing insurance since 2020.
Okay.
Got my license, started up with my first company I worked for, and literally I worked a week and COVID hit and the world shut down. So I did that for about 2 years, and then I started off on my own and started McCain Insurance and Casualty, which is my own independent agency that I own. And actually, the 21st of this month, it'll be 5 years.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank y'all.
Congratulations.
Thank y'all. So insurance is very important to me, especially in our community, because a lot of people are misinformed. And I was reading an article the other day that in our community, we are 5 to 6 more times to have insurance, but we let it lapse. And so it's very, very important. Very, very important. And there's so many different avenues you can take with life insurance. It's just not, I need to buy a policy to, as people say, that can put me in the ground. There's wealth in insurance.
Yep.
And like a lot of companies, Disneyland started from life insurance. McDonald's, Ray Kroc took a cash value off his policy and started McDonald's. And on a smaller but bigger level, Master P started No Limit with a $10,000 life insurance policy he got from his grandma. So it's a lot of avenues that we'll get into that help our community with the importance of life insurance. So that's my little intro spiel.
So I got a question.
Yes,
What
sir.
made you pivot from what you were doing to go into insurance?
Well, I'll say this. Most insurance agents would tell you they never woke up and said, when I grow up, I want to be a life insurance agent. I worked for our county at the local JFS office. And to give you a little background, my oldest son, he has cerebral palsy. And so it worked out where my wife, he had gotten too big for my wife to help, maneuver and take care of. So we pivoted to where I went from working days to working nights, and I was selling cable. And put a pin in it. If I listened to my wife 10 years ago, I'd have been doing this 10 years ago. But I was like, I don't want to do sales. So I worked for our cable company, and I was crushing it, selling cable. And I'm like, a guy I know did it, and he asked me about it. And I'm like, well, if I can sell this overpriced cable, I can definitely do life insurance. And it worked for me because our family, it gives me a freedom where I don't have to punch a clock. I can work, I can move around. If something were to happen with my son at school, I don't have to worry about finding a boss. Hey, I need to leave early, my son's sick. I can just go.
Yeah.
And so that was what appealed to me. And then once I got into it, I fell in love with it. So that's how the pivot happened.
Yeah.
I tell you, the one thing that I've learned through insurance is that there is term,
Yes, sir.
and there's whole,
Yes.
right? The one thing that I feel like we've been deprived from is the one that has the more value.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because, they're not. So help me understand the difference between term
Okay.
and whole.
Term and whole. If you get term insurance, the name says it all. It lasts for a term. So if you get a term policy, you can get them starting at 10 years and they go all the way up to 30 years. They don't have any cash value, and their insurance just to have insurance for a time period. So if you get a 20-year term and God forbid you pass away at year 21, your insurance is over.
Wow.
So, and like I said, it doesn't build a cash value to it. So it doesn't really work for you. But I always say, if you have to start with term, start with something. But just know that it's not going to last forever. And as whole life is in the name also, it lasts for your whole life. And let me say one more thing. Term also, the payments can change. So it'll start off affordable, and then as it goes up in age, your premiums change. And so by the time, and that's where a lot of the lapse comes in, because it's affordable at the beginning. Then as it grows, it can change on you, and then you can't afford it, and then you don't have insurance before the term even ends. So whole life, on the other hand, it is your entire life. The premiums don't change, and this is the one where it has cash value in it, to where it can, the word life insurance means you can use it while you're alive. It's not just a death benefit. So it builds cash value. So as you go, as the policy matures, you make your payments, it gives you a percentage of the policy in cash value you can use. You can use it for whatever you want. You know, if you need to buy a house, if you have some emergencies at home, if you want to buy a car, you have kids going away to school, you have cash value. And if you borrow it, if you have $100,000 policy, for example, and say you borrow $10,000 from your cash value, if you pass away or you just never pay it back, that 100,000 turns into 90. So the money you still paying for it, but if you don't, it just comes off your death benefit.
Wow.
So it can actually work for you as you live your life. So that's the main difference between the two.
So, you know, me, my background, education, and the wheels are turning. Because you offer so much wealth and knowledge in what you do, our community often lacks people,
Yes, they do.
significant people to teach these
Yes.
things. Do you have opportunities for the community to learn this? And
Absolutely.
if so, how do they do that?
Just reach out to me. I'm willing to talk to anybody to educate, train, help. I just want to help anybody I can. I mean, it's like I said, it's our community is really behind in it. And the sad thing is, it's because our community's never really seen it work, you know, because, you know, if your grandma has a policy, you know, when she bought it, it's just enough to bury her, you know. So our community's never really seen the benefit of you have a policy for $100,000. The average funeral is going to run you between $3,000 to $9,000. And so then after you pay that, you have $90,000 left, you know, whereas now we're getting policies, you know, $10,000, $15,000, and you pass away. Once you pay for the funeral, you have bills you leave behind, because I hate to break it to you, bills don't go. So if you don't pay them, somebody's gonna have to pay them. You know, you got kids, you know, and why not leave something for your children, as opposed to death is already bad enough. And then you don't want a couple, now you have financial problems because they've passed away, and now if you do have insurance, great, you can use your insurance, but then after that, it's over. And you've been paying for this for so long, why not do something that can build and help your family when you're gone?
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I think our community misses. You know, so.
We like you mentioned before about some of the big names who use insurance to build wealth. And not just for themselves, but for their family. And I think that, I mean, they've been doing this for years. So us coming out of slavery, that was nothing that we were not taught that.
Nope.
To use life insurance to build wealth, because if I'm Joe Schmo and I'm making $150,000 a year, and I have a $5,000 policy, that $150,000 a year goes away quickly. That goes away, and that $5,000 does nothing for my family at all.
They'll be paying more than what your insurance covered. I mean, the $5,000 will be ate up in fees of just getting your body from, if you pass away at the hospital.
Yeah.
They charge from the hospital to the funeral home. You know, there's a lot of fees that people, and that's another thing, people don't understand the business of what goes into when people pass away. And like you said, Jesse, if you're the primary breadwinner in your house, you make $150,000, you have a stay-at-home wife, 2 kids. If you pass away, that salary ends the moment you leave.
Right.
That day. Yeah.
And so it's no, you know, once it's over, sadly. And so, like I said, that's why you don't want to get $5,000, $10,000. Yeah, it pays for the funeral, but what next? You know, we have to see past the funeral. That's what my goal is, to help people.
I watch a lot of ID channel, right? And I see a lot of these people, not us, these other people.
Yep.
And they go after their significant other for that policy.
Yep.
They're not going after that policy for $10,000.
No.
We're talking about life-changing money, millions of dollars sometimes.
Do you remember the story, Alex Murdaugh, the man that killed? Well, he tried to, I know you can't say certain things on the internet, but he tried to unalive himself, if you will.
You can't say that,
Yeah, so he did that to try to get insurance money for his son that was left. And the thing about it, a lot of people don't realize.
That policy.
A lot of people don't realize insurance companies investigate that stuff. And that's how people always wind up getting caught. You know, you find out, you know, your wife has $1 million policy. you change yourself to the beneficiary on Tuesday, and Friday the brake lines get cut on their car. So they know what's happening. But and as an insurance agent, you can see stuff. I'm like, oh, I know what that is.
Wow.
And 9 times out of 10, I'm right, because that's what happens.
Wow.
But like you said, they're not going to try to kill you for $10,000.
No.
There got to be some money behind it. But yeah. And it's the quickest way to gain wealth, honestly, because I mean, there's no other quicker way to grab $250,000, where if you're paying $30 a month for it, something happens, you still have $250.
Yeah.
So
I think the thing that I struggle with is that I look at what I call the old school insurance agents, right? And you have this knowledge to build generational wealth for all. And it's like you kind of don't really talk about, this is why you can do a term, but let me hip you to whole life and what it can do to change your life. Because I see our community the way that it is, and I can see that people's lives can change for the better if they were educated enough to understand the two.
Yep. And a lot of times too, man, I had to learn this when I first started out. You can't assume what a person can afford. And so you have to talk to people, find out what their goals are, what they can afford to pay a month, what they're trying to do with the insurance. Because if you just go into a situation and you think, oh, well, all they can afford is this term policy, you're doing them a disservice, and you're not coming across as a knowledgeable agent. Because the point of it all is, I would love for everybody to come and say, hey, I want to buy $1 million worth of insurance. Great. I would love to sell you $1 million worth of insurance.
Right.
But the goal is, honestly, what can you afford to pay for? And like you said, people's situations change. So if you start off, if all I can afford is a $50,000 policy, well, let's get that. So that way, if something happens, you have $50,000. As time goes on, once you already have the insurance, you can call me and say, hey, Tyrone, I want to increase my insurance, man. I got a raise, or I came into a good amount of money. Well, let's do it. So now you already have a policy. So now you don't have to go through the medical checks. You don't have to answer all these questions. You can just increase the amount you have.
Right.
So it's about, like you said, giving education and just not going into it for the sale of it.
Right.
You know, if I can help you, let me help you, as opposed to just saying, okay, well, you have $20 a month. Well, I can get you this. And then you outlive the term, and your family thinks, well, he had insurance with Tyrone, but then they don't know it was a term policy. And so then when it's all over, you're really stuck now, and that's why people think it's a scam sometimes, because, well, I paid into this all this time, something happened, and we didn't get anything from it. When in actuality, what you were sold wasn't what you needed.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Wow.
So in other words, start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere. It's better to have, I say in insurance, it's better to have something than nothing. Because even if you got to start out with just enough to pay to get you in the ground and something, hey, if that is what happens, at least they don't have to worry about burying you.
So I got a question.
What's that?
When it comes to the difference between the payments,
Okay.
You don't have to say specific numbers if you don't want to, but if somebody says, okay, I want, maybe show me the difference between term and whole.
Absolutely.
When it comes to the payment
Term
per
is
month.
always going to be the more affordable of the two, because like I said, it's shorter. There's typically not as many, medical questions, or they don't ask you as many questions. And there's no cash value in it. So it's pretty straightforward. Term is always going to be your more affordable option. But again, it depends what you want to do, to where sometimes it can be as little as $15 to $20 difference, to where you can have something for a little while, you can have something for your whole life.
Yeah.
So that's why I always show people, look, I say, what we can do? We can start at a range of this amount and this amount. This amount is this amount. This amount is that. And we work from there. And you can play with the numbers once you really know where your payments lie.
Yeah.
So
if we talk about $15,
I mean,
listen, that's saying, like, Sean, don't go buy those 2 packs of cigarettes.
That's exactly
Monday morning.
No more.
Adele, don't go buy, whatever.
Don't go get your bottle of 1800. Sean.
Yeah, don't do that.
it's not even that expensive. Don't go to Starbucks 3 times in a week.
Right, yeah.
I talked to a young man, he was cutting hair one time, and he was talking about life insurance was too expensive. He was in his 20s. When you're young, it's cheap. because you're young, you're healthy. I said, how much insurance did you want to get? He wanted to get $60,000 worth of insurance. I had the quote on my phone for $60,000 for him at 20 was $23. I said, how much you charge per haircut? $25. That's a haircut a month.
That's it.
And he couldn't believe it because that's another myth in our community. They think it's super expensive.
Yeah.
And in actuality, it's not. Like you said, you'll burn money on cigarettes, going out, coffee. I mean, anything.
Right.
You know, and you can burn it, and you could have paid for a substantial policy with the money you waste each month.
Right.
So
for people who do have medical conditions, what do you suggest they do in order to possibly have some type of coverage?
Again, that's another myth. People think, well, the big one is always I have diabetes, so I can't, or I have high blood pressure. That's always the big bugaboo sickness, you know, diabetes, high blood pressure, stuff like that. And you can still get insurance. They ask questions as long as it's under control and you're taking medication, we can find some insurance for you. It's rare that, and you have to be honest, because, you know, I've talked to people, you have any medical conditions? No, I'm good. And then you go run it and they got everything. It's like, wait a minute, you didn't tell me. And so, you know, but if they know you can, especially being an independent guy like me, I have like 20 different places I can go through. And there's some places that ask nothing. As long as you have a social security number, they can get you insurance. Now it's going to be a little more expensive because they don't ask any questions. So they're taking a bigger risk. And those policies, typically you have to live 2 years for the policy to go into effect. So I've sold those policies. The person lived through the 2 years they passed, and they had coverage. So, you know, there's a way to insure. I don't think there's many people walking around that are just totally uninsurable, you know. But like I said, it may come with a little more cost, but we can definitely get you something.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's good to know, because there's a lot of people out there who believe that if a person has a medical condition, that there is no hope, and, you know, just do whatever you can when to go.
Right,
you know?
everybody's insurable.
So I don't know. So I'm gonna ask you this question. We gotta take a commercial break, but I'm gonna ask this question. I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, that their insurance companies now are requiring people to take HIV tests.
Well, it's included in the questionnaires, a lot of the medical questions, but they'll give you, like, a lot of times you have to take one to give you a standard blood test, so they check for everything anyway.
Right.
So they're not making you come in and say, hey, take this test. But if you did have it, it will come out in the blood test anyway. So.
Right. The reason why I'm asking that is because of the younger generation, right? And, you know, through our younger generation, they saying that AIDS is back on the ramp up again. So that was just a conversation I was having. They said by year 2027 that, you know, you're going to be required to specifically take an HIV
you know, and
test.
that's another thing that comes into it, where you need to take care of yourself early. So if you're young, get you a policy, because you never know what'll happen.
So we're going to talk about that when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a commercial break, but shout out to our sponsors, Untamed Salon, Your Computer Needs of Toledo, LLC, the Tabernacle Church, Cartier One Auto Sales, Nickel Bar and Grill, The Social Butterfly, Donetta Carter, One Creative Cutie, Young Men and Women for Change, Pink Lady Cigar Club, Cassandra McPherson, City Councilwoman, Legal Shield by Anita Madison, Ohio Unity Coalition, Toledo Art, and Project 360 Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Your first impression matters. What if your business could introduce itself in just 60 seconds, anytime, anywhere? Business cards get tossed, social posts get lost, but video connects. It lets people see your face, hear your voice, and trust your story. At Project 360 Studios, we create business spotlight videos, short professional films that introduce who you are, what you do, and why people should choose you. Here's how it works. Step 1, plan. We help craft your story. Step 2, film in our studio or on location. Step 3, edit. We brand it with your logo, colors, and music. Step 4, Deliver, a powerful video you can use everywhere. Share it on your website, social media, email signature, anywhere you want to make a lasting first impression. Don't just hand out your business card. Let people meet you. Book your business spotlight video today at Project 360 Studios.
Hello, my name is Sean Mahone Sr., founder and executive director of Young Men and Women for Change Behavior Modification Bootcamp Program. If you are a parent experiencing issues or problems with your child, then give us a call today. Young Men and Women for Change, 567-277-5352. Productive leaders for tomorrow's future.
To be able to come out and see all these kids and everyone get together so that we can put a smile on all the other kids' faces is super, it makes my heart smile.
Give me one for the wake up. I'm so grateful for another day to help stimulate the mental. Time to strategize, huddle up, where's your circle? I can feel the moment radiate through the convo. Talk is cheap, turn your faith into work. I drink my second cup and put my hands in the dirt. 2 cups, drinking straight drip from the earth. Caffeinated conversations, you heard them here first. One for the wake up. One for the wake up. Two for the work. Caffeinated conversations. You heard them here first.
Step by step, I'm climbing high. Left my baggage, kissed it goodbye. New shoes on my feet, scuffed the ground. Echoes of dreams, no longer bounded.
Air up here is thin but sweet.
Get that insurance, you be moving up like George and Weezy.
I'm moving on up.
Like George and Weezy. Life ain't perfect, but it's looking breezy. Up the ladder I go, can't make me queasy. Moving on up like George and Weezy.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on. 419 The Grind.
Good morning, Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to the 419 Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your host, your boy, Sean Juan, in the studio with the lovely Dr. Liddell.
Toledo.
In the studio with Jesse Coleman himself of Project 360, the producer of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, and the producer of the Check-In Podcast theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Mr. Tyrone talking about insurance.
Yes, sir.
And he's splitting us down to the white meat with this knowledge today, man. I mean, split the wig straight down the middle. I want to talk about something, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be really tough, but parents, you know that your child is not making the right choices and decisions. They disrespecting you. They don't value their education. They want to be thugs. They want to be gangbangers. I am saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, you need to get some type of life insurance on your child. Why? Because more parents are burying their child or children before the child or children are burying their parents. Let's talk about that, Tyrone. Let's talk about for a decent policy for a parent to put on their child. What does that look like, or how much? Like something like that, the lowest it may cost.
I mean, like you said, the key is youth. Your youth is what's going to always be the best bet for you in insurance. And if you have a child, you can get in a policy, a pretty decent policy. If you want to get something as low as, say, $30,000 for a 20-year-old, may run you, if he's healthy, he or she's healthy, it may run you $25, $30 a month.
Wow.
So again, like I said, it's not as bad as you think.
Right.
You know? And I've sold policies for people like that. You know, they know, hey, my son is doing X, Y, Z, and just in case I get that phone call, I need to get some insurance on them. And I said, well, and they do.
They do.
Yep.
They do.
Yep. Yep. It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad that that's a conversation. Again, I think just here in Toledo, Ohio, people avoid addressing the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a real thing that the way your child is, what they're doing and the way they're heading. The reality of it is are you prepared for that?
Yeah.
Because I've been around long enough to be around parents who have lost a child.
Yep.
You know, to gun violence. You know, and it's sad that, you know, at the end of the day, what do you see? GoFundMe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, GoFundMe, you know, or dinners being sold, you know, and it's a sad thing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, definitely, how do they get in contact with you?
Man, I'm on everything on social media. I am on Facebook, Instagram. What's the other one? I'm old. TikTok. No. Yeah, TikTok too. But it's all Ty, the insurance guy, 419. My phone number is 419-309-5568. If you miss me, shoot me a text. I'll get back with you and we can sit down and figure out what's what.
Where are you located at?
I work remotely, so
okay.
I'm mobile.
Okay, you're mobile.
Yep.
Good.
Anywhere I can take my laptop and I have Wi-Fi, I can work.
That's it right there.
So
that's it.
It's easy.
Yeah,
That's the way to
absolutely.
work.
That's the way to work. Absolutely.
Nowadays, yes, sir.
Yeah.
You talked about, Liddell talked about like doing a class on insurance and teaching the importance of it. Well, we have this space in this building right here that's pretty much open to that type of thing.
Hey, whatever I need to do, I can do it. So,
Okay.
yeah, I told you, I'm just trying to get as advanced as Jesse. So, whatever I can do.
Well, Project 360 is, here to help that.
Yes.
So we're here to help.
Yes, put me in the game, coach. I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah, Jesse kind of took what I was going to say. It's like, you know.
I didn't take what you're going to say.
Yes,
you said it, and it kind of planted a seed.
It planted a seed.
Got you. So let me water
My
that
spirit.
seed.
There you go.
Let me water that seed because of the background and skills that I have in doing the workshops. I think it's a good thing to start partnering, as what we talk about all the time. So if we can do anything to help grow that knowledge, because like Sean said, there's parents out here that need to do that.
Yeah.
But as someone who's lost their parents, you know, there's even those of us out there who need to even consider that part of it. And, you know, what do you do if your parents don't have significant insurance?
You can insure your parents. Like I said before, if you have an insurable interest, which can be anything, as long as you have some type of relationship, you can get insurance on a person. I've taken insurance out on my own on my parents because they have insurance, but at the end of the day, you hate to say this and it sounds this way, but it's an investment tool. If your parents already have insurance and you can afford to buy a policy, that means what they have will take care of it. And then what you've purchased would still come to you. So again, like Jesse said earlier, that's the same thing that's been going on forever. but it's just never been exposed to our community.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're insuring your parents, it might be a little more expensive depending on their age, depending on their health, but it's still a wise investment. Like I said, it's what you would waste doing something else anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's my oldest brother. Our mother, we were children, but my oldest brother for my father ended up doing that once one of our uncles had passed because we didn't want to end up in a situation where what do we do? And so with him making that choice and decision, and he brought it to, us and said, this is what I'm going to do. No problem. When it was that time for us, it was an easy transition because it wasn't what we gonna do? Can
That's
you
the
put
worst thing.
It was not that for us.
I hate to see it.
Yeah.
I hate to see it,
So-
especially nowadays on social media, because you see it, something will happen. Like Sean said, something will happen, and it's big news. And then the next thing you know, the family's online with a GoFundMe. And look, some life insurance agents shame people for having a GoFundMe. Look, I would never shame you. If you have to have a GoFundMe, that's just what happened. But I hate to see, not be doing GoFundMes, we selling dinners and we doing all this stuff because we're just trying to, again, get them in the ground. And it's so much more things we can do to stop that. Especially like you said with our parents, we can take care of them and they would want you to, Yeah, they would want you to.
So here's the reality of it. My oldest son was unalive back in May 24, 2017. I used to have an insurance policy on him. Okay, I moved back to Toledo. He will only come and see me during like summer and holiday breaks and things like that. So I let it lapse, right? Started seeing him making some unhealthy moves on social media. Try to have a conversation with him. Make a long story short, got unalived, and it cost me $8,000 to bury him, and that's out of my pocket.
Yes, sir.
And that was to cremate him.
Yeah.
I had to cremate him because I had to call Mike Day because when I walked into the funeral home, I wanted to know what that stench smell was. They didn't embalm him right, so they was like, "Go ahead and get him cremated," So, but it cost me $8,000.
Yes, sir.
So this is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. This
like
is a
you
real
said,
thing.
you can either have to worry about paying $8,000 out of your pocket unexpectedly, or you can pay $30 a month that you have to pay and have more than enough.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. So, woo. Yeah. We're going to put a class together, ladies and gentlemen. We're definitely going to put a class together so so y'all can learn.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm real big on people generating wealth.
Yes, sir.
Especially in the black community. And it just sickens me to my stomach is that you have people out here that really want to see you do great, want to see you win, don't want to see you begging or out here looking for a handout. No, positioning you where you can live a healthy lifestyle and really be able to enjoy life. And a lot of you guys are missing that based upon where you stay stuck at.
Yeah.
And that's a sad thing. That is a very, very sad thing. So we are definitely showing you what partnerships and collaborations look like. It is okay to help the next person.
That's right.
Collaboration is good.
It is
It's
good.
healthy.
It's very, very healthy. When you have people at the table that are doing amazing thing, now we have a network just off the 419 Rise and Grind morning show. Like we literally have a network of people that are doing great things with resources. What resource?
And knowledge.
And knowledge. Like you got wraparound services on this podcast. You got Jesse Coleman he's a content creator. I mean, the things that he does, the knowledge that he has, Dr. Liddell, what she brings, what I bring working with the youth. Now you have Tyrone that's coming to the table. You have, a list of sponsors that believe in what we're doing. So we have Legal Shield. If you guys need to go back and look at that interview with Anita Madison, like just for a few dollars a month, something that's literally going to help you legally, to learn about the whole thing about voting with the Ohio Coalition, right? What Andre McCullen is doing over at Toledo Arc with the youth, what Donetta Carter does in the community, the Pink Lady Cigar Club, amazing women that knows about the quality of cigars. You know, so, but, you know, if you're looking for a car, you know, we got Cars Here, One Auto Sales. Like, come on, what do you want? You want a church? Go to the Tabernacle
When you
Church.
buy that car, McCain Insurance and Casualty offers auto insurance. Just throwing that out there.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. So that's another thing too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna always say nothing changes if nothing changes. But when you change the way you look at things you look at begin to change. So we just gonna leave it with that, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen, Tyrone, what would you like to leave with the people?
I will leave this quick tidbit. Liddell mentioned about having health issues. There's also insurance. It's called critical benefit insurance, and that covers if you have a heart attack, stroke, or develop any kind of cancer, and that helps when you're alive. So if you buy a policy 5 years down the line, you get diagnosed with breast cancer, you'll have, depending on the policy you purchase, anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000 that you can use to help while you are going through your treatment. And I will say that before we close. And that's what I mean about insurance. Insurance is a vehicle to so many different things that we aren't aware of. And I want our community to be versed and to understand the amount of things we can do with just a simple sit-down phone call about insurance. And I appreciate you guys for the opportunity. I look forward to working with you guys more. And I just want everybody to know, get some insurance. That's as simple as it is. Get some insurance because it's important.
It is important.
Yes.
Woo. Dr. Liddell, what do you want to say before we get up out of here?
Toledo is a melting pot of knowledge, information, and people who are willing to help build the community. It's important that we tap in. We have to start tapping in. We can't keep fighting against one another or blocking people out because of, like you said, what may have happened back when you were in elementary school.
Right.
You know, people grow, people change, and there's knowledge out here that we have to tap into. Today is evident that there is knowledge here that can help us all if we just take the time to tap in.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. One day I was sitting on the beach. I was walking along the beach, and I came across this lady. She didn't have no arms, no legs. And she said to me, "You sure are cute." And I said, "Well, thank you." She said, "I ain't never been hugged before." So I bent down and gave her a hug. She said, "You know what? I ain't never been kissed before." So I bent down and gave her a kiss. She said, "You know what? I ain't never been screwed before." So I picked her up and threw her in the water and said, "Now you screwed." The moral of the story is, quit letting people screw you, because you do have arms and you do have legs to do a greater work and a greater thing. And continue to do what God has called you to do, because you are the head and not the tail, and you are above and not beneath. That's my truth. Ladies and gentlemen, we love having fun on the 419 Rise and Grind Morning Show. No, hold on, let me tell you something. I'm a horn.
I thought that was a serious story.
It started off so wholesome.
Man, listen, Jesse, what do you want to say before we leave?
I just want to say thank y'all for watching. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, go be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Have a great day on purpose. Peace.
Your first impression matters. What if your business could introduce itself in just 60 seconds? Anytime, anywhere. Business cards get tossed. Social posts get lost. But video connects. It lets people see your face, hear your voice, and trust your story. At Project 360 Studios, we create business spotlight videos. Short professional films that introduce who you are, what you do, and why people should choose you. Here's how it works. Step 1, plan. We help craft your story. Step 2, film in our studio or on location. Step 3, edit. We brand it with your logo, colors, and music. Step 4, deliver a powerful video you can use everywhere. Share it on your website, social media, email signature, anywhere you want to make a lasting first impression. Don't just hand out your business card. Let people meet you. Book your business spotlight video today at Project 360 Studios.
Hello, my name is Sean Mahone Sr., founder and executive director of Young Men and Women for Change Behavior Modification Bootcamp Program. If you are a parent experiencing issues or problems with your child, then give us a call today. Young Men and Women for Change, 567-277-5352. Productive leaders for tomorrow's future.
Time to strategize, huddle up, where's your circle? I can feel the moment radiate through the convo. Talk is cheap, turn your faith into work. I drink my second cup and put my hands in the dirt. 2 cups, drinking straight drip from the earth. Caffeinated conversations, you heard them here first.